Senator Miles, you're recognized for what purpose?
Questions to the author, Mr. President.
I yield.
Thank you for yielding. Mr. Perry, Senator Perry, you and I had some conversation earlier today about this bill, and I told you I had some concerns. I got several questions I'd like to ask you, Senator Perry, if it's okay.
Yes, sir.
The first one being, we talked about the economic of Texas and the booming of the businesses in the state of Texas. Senator Perry, did you receive a letter from Dell and some other companies, big companies here in Texas, asking you about their concern about this bill?
I didn't read it if I got it. I'm sure they sent me one.
You didn't read it if you got it?
No.
Okay, then let's just get into it.
So let's back up real quick. And I know this is going to sound funny coming from a, quote, right-wing Republican, but I don't pay homage to the almighty dollar. So when I hear the argument that it's all about the economics and we can't offend someone that may be polar opposites of what I believe, and I think a large majority of people believe, is not the right path on a moral level sometimes, then I'm okay with not that. Because if I go broke doing that, then I've done what I thought I was supposed to do according to my faith. But the idea that we can't have an economic engine outside of faith is just not true. And I can make the argument for a state that stands on life and all of those precepts that we actually become the role model for around the country. I'm not sure that God always recognizes and rewards, but I can guarantee you He is keeping track. And so I would tell you that a business community that supports or not supports SB 17 isn't even on my radar as far as why I'm doing it.
That's duly respected, Senator Perry. Question. Texas Administrative Code for licensing social workers explicitly prohibits discrimination based on race, religion, national origin, sexual orientation, and gender ID. Question is, would SB 17 wipe that out?
No, sir.
Okay. Let's talk about Title II in the Civil Rights Act of 1969. It offers protection based on race in specific places based on public accommodations, hotels, food service establishments, entertainment venues, and so on. The bill makes an exception for the refusal of care due to sincerely held religious beliefs in case of life-saving care. Isn't that correct?
If it's life-saving care, you're exempted out from under SB 17. You have to perform that service. Amendment that will list first responders. All first responders will be exempted out of the SB 17 defense.
Okay. If a therapist refuses to treat a patient who is suicidal before they even have a chance to let them know that their condition is life-threatening, and that patient indeed dies by suicide, can the patient's family sue the therapist?
I would think the patient's family could sue a therapist with or without 17.
Are we expected to believe that the Muslim doctor could refuse to treat a Christian patient due to the religious beliefs under your bill?
I would think that the ethical standards under doctor's code as well as standard of care would prohibit that, but if it does not specifically prohibit that, then it's a possibility they could actually refuse service and then use a 17 as a defense, but I would hope and expect that the medical board would not honor that.
Have leaders from the Jewish or Muslim, Buddhist or Hindu faiths expressed their desire for this bill to pass?
And again, it goes back to this bill has no effect on those that are already protected through the Civil Rights Act, religion being one of those protections. So nothing in 17 underrides or underpins or overrides those protected classes that currently exist, federal or state.
Senator Perry, can you express to me how many people testified against this bill in the hearing?
I didn't keep track of them. There were several that came against
Several?
it. There was, I mean, a bunch, say 50, I don't know.
50,
But
yeah.
there could have been a lot more for it. I just
How many, if I'm asking a question, Senator
I've
Perry,
got you.
how many testified for the bill?
I'm guessing 4, I'm not sure.
And how many testified against the bill?
I think 50.
You said a few,
Yeah.
like 50?
Yeah, but I didn't rally my troops up.
You didn't rally your troops up for your
No.
own bill? Senator Perry, I'm going to close here. I just want to make sure that the entire body and the people listening have a clear understanding. So you said this bill is a defense, right?
Correct?
So this bill is giving a legal defense to discrimination against human beings based on beliefs. Is that correct?
Not correct.
Can you correct me then?
Yeah, it's a defense for those that exercise their religious beliefs in denial of a service under an occupational license. So it's a defense and not a discrimination. It's not licensing discrimination at any level.
It's a defense but not discrimination?
That's correct.
I'm going to close with letting you know that old saying, you can put lipstick on a pig? Senator Perry, this is a discrimination bill. Thank you.